Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! To have had the honor to have become the creator of this YouTube channel has been the greatest honor of my life. I have had so much fun resonating with thousands of people who love Descendants and Zombies as franchises that have brought us that much closer together and made us the best of friends. We have come out on the other side of the spectrum as the best of friends, and we are closer than ever before because of Descendants and Zombies and the valuable life lessons that we're seeing in these franchises that were first taught to us back in 2015. From the very first moment we saw Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson bring the characters Mal and Evie to life, we all took something special away from their stories because they had no stories, no backstories whatsoever, so they were left with the responsibility of bringing these characters to life. They had a lot of responsibility, and as I've said many times over the years, with great power comes great responsibility. That may have been a quote from Spider-Man, but certainly with great power does come great responsibility, and many people were left inspired. Many people were left with a dream of wanting to become a part of the Descendants and Zombies franchises themselves, and it's a dream that they've carried with them for forever and always. Undoubtedly, Descendants and Zombies were franchises that would go on to hold a very special place in our hearts for many years, and will continue to hold a very special place in our hearts for many years to come. And I am really excited to be a part of this future that has everything to do with Descendants 5 Book Wonderland's upcoming release in the summer of 2026 and the upcoming release that is pending of Zombies 5. Now, I know there are a lot of rumors about Zombies 5's release. Many of you want to know when Zombies 5 is coming out. Even if Zombies 5 is going to happen, you know it's going to happen because you are a diehard fan of Descendants and Zombies, and no critic, no matter who they are, deserves to take that hope and that dream away from you guys. So in every video that I've ever had the honor to create and upload to this channel for you, because this is content that was created for you and because of you, I've encouraged that Zombies 5 is going to happen because I have been made a believer that Zombies 5 is going to happen. Why do you think they introduced us to this new cast in Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires? The reason behind introducing us to this new cast is because they're trying to secure the future and the legacies of your favorite stars, Malachi Burton and Freya Skye, and the future of the franchise in its entirety. Because the thing that we go back to all the time and resonate with is how much this franchise meant to Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim as the characters Zed and Addison, having the chance to tell their story for the first time ever back in 2018. Meg Donnelly was a girl who we had never seen anything from before. We didn't know really that much about, and when we got to know her, we fell very quickly in love with her because of what the character represented. That's what was so special about Meg Donnelly's character Addison, was that we saw ourselves in this character. We saw somebody who wanted to be a member of the cheerleading squad, who wanted to be captain of the cheerleading squad. And I know there's probably somebody out there watching this video today who has a dream of being the captain of her cheerleading squad today, at this very moment. And I say this to you. If you are somebody watching this video who has a dream of being the captain of your own cheerleading squad, then I say go for it, because you only have one life to live, or only ever so many opportunities to make it count, to be stronger at the end of every day. And I think that every time we watch Zombies and Descendants, we take something special away from the stories that we are a part of, because we became a part of these stories, and we felt a part of these stories ever since. I felt a part of a story from the very beginning, because I've been a part of the Descendants and Zombies franchises a long time. I've been on YouTube as a content creator for over 25 years, but I have never felt more honored to have been a part of something so special and so miraculous, quite like Descendants and Zombies. I know this. Regardless of what comes my way in my future, I will never forget what you guys did for me and how much you guys have meant to me. I have carried with me a great deal of respect for every fan of Descendants and Zombies in every video that I've ever created about Addison or Zed or Mal or Evie or Red or Chloe, because I've loved their friendship, and I've loved how they've been there for each other every step of the way. I think in our own lives we have that special friend who forever and always calls us, who is forever annoying, who will never quit on us, who will never go away or leave us alone, because they love us so much. I think if we took the time to really appreciate how much they love us and how they've been there for us every step of the way, helping us make sense of everything happening around us, I think we would have a greater appreciation for the friendships in our own lives. And no matter who we were, we took something special away from the friendship of Red and Chloe, or the friendship of Mal and Evie, which has held a very special place in our hearts for forever. I think from the very first moment we saw that duet, If Only, by Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson years ago, we took something special away from it. The lyrics of the song were very beautiful. It was a song, it was a music video that was brought to life because of how much that song meant to us. And Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson's friendship being put on display for the first time ever back in 2015 has forever and always resonated with us. And it was a moment in Descendants history that we all felt a part of, that we became a part of, and we never ever forgot. And then the friendship of Red and Chloe just happens from out of nowhere many years later. And they have gone on to achieve so much recognition and become some of the most popular characters in the history of Descendants of Zombies, which is something that I've never felt more honored to have been a part of and to have experienced with each and every one of you. Because the friendships that I've had happen for me in my own life because of Descendants of Zombies are friendships that will forever and always have a very special place in my heart. I've had the chance to meet fans of the Freya Sky community. I've had a chance to meet fans of the Descendants community and Zombies community, and it's been so fun for me sharing my story with you about how this all happened for me. One night I just created this Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel at random, and I didn't think it was ever going to amount to anything special. And then day by day, people would subscribe here, people would be giving me hundreds of likes, and I had no idea why this was happening for me because there had been so many content creators previously who had created their own versions of Descendants of Zombies YouTube channels and content that they thought were going to resonate with you more. But as time passed, because I've often reiterated how precious time is because we never seem to know how much time we have, more people subscribe here to this YouTube channel every day. And some way or somehow, consequently, it was chosen as everybody's favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel. And to this day, it never ceases to amaze me the overwhelming response that I receive for these videos, how much encouragement I get to keep on creating videos for you guys. Because many of you have stated publicly that you want me to create videos about Descendants of Zombies for the rest of my life. And I have no problem doing that because Descendants of Zombies and Disney in general has held a special place in my heart for forever. Ever since I could talk at the age of 5 years old, I knew who Mickey Mouse was. I could identify with that character for how kind he was and just how he wanted to spread his own message of kindness. And through every character that Disney would create over the last century, 100 years, those characters represented the kindness that was seen first in Mickey Mouse's heart. And kindness really has taken us a long way. Has taken us further than we ever imagined possible, because I think the one thing that had a greater emphasis placed upon it because of Descendants of Zombies was kindness and how much further it can really take a person, because all Bridget ever wanted in her life was to become friends with everybody, to be friends with everybody, and she achieved her dream. Even though it didn't seem like she achieved her dream in the Rise of Red and she had to sprinkle magic on cupcakes to serve to everybody to spread her own message of kindness, she successfully did it because she demonstrated how much further kindness can really take a person in this lifetime, and also how much a profound impact bullying can have on a person's heart. Yesterday was Anti-Bullying Day, and many of us were wearing pink out of support and love for Anti-Bullying Day, and I encourage you guys that no matter what you may have been going through, you are all wonderful people, because what you did for me in this YouTube channel was you allowed me to be a part of something special and to create something special for each and every one of you. I think we saw that same value in the friendship between Malachi Burton and Freya Sky, and we're going to continue to see that for many years to come. They are incredibly supportive of each other. You guys are right. And you guys are incredibly supportive of Freya Sky and Malachi Burton's friendship for the obvious reasons. How they seem to be there every step of the way for each other. How they are incredibly supportive of each other's dreams. And that's the one thing that I love about them, because even with how far they've come, they still have so much further to go. And their stars are setting up to shine brighter than ever before. Because every night we look out through our window, there's a constellation somewhere up there in that deep sky. And every night in that constellation, there's a star that shines brighter than ever before because of Freya Sky and Malachi Burton. Their stars are about to shine brighter than ever before, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. From the very first moment I heard Freya Sky lend her voice to the soundtrack of Final Fantasy XVI, I knew she was going to be something special. It was a reoccurring roles that Freya Sky was being given on shows like Wizards Beyond Waverly Place and The Next Step, which was produced here in Canada specifically. It was a Canadian-produced show. And from the first moment I saw Freya Sky playing an over-exaggerated version of herself, I knew she was going to be something special to each and every one of you. And you guys have forever and always taken something special away from Freya Sky's characters and her ability as a singer. Because the one thing that I've often appreciated about Freya is she's so young, but yet she's writing such beautiful music that has forever resonated with you no matter what the song is we're talking about. Why'd You Have to Call? The Person I Thought I Knew. Gold's Gone. Can't Fake It. They are songs that relate to you. It may never have had anything to do with what Freya may have been going through in her own personal life, from her own personal experience. It had everything to do with an effort she was making to try to relate with you through the power of her lyrics and her music, which oftentimes I've appreciated for Freya. And you think about the music she's writing now and how beautiful it is and how beautiful of an image she has now at Hollywood Records. Think about the image she's going to have 15, 20 years from now. She's going to be stronger than ever before. She's going to be coming out on the other side exceeding the expectations of every critic she may have ever had. And this is exactly what I want to see happen for Freya. I want to see more opportunities to have more concert tours, to have more opportunities to connect with each and every one of you, and to connect and resonate with each and every one of you like never before. Because we can have these conversations about Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande as often and as much as we want. But I think we need to take time to appreciate how the industry is forever and always evolving and constantly changing. So because it's forever and always evolving and constantly changing, there's always someone new to talk about. And Freya Sky still has a lot of novelty with her character. And I think that because she has a lot of novelty with her character associated with it, it gives us more of a reason to be excited and even more supportive of her heading into that future, because we never seem to know what the future has in store. And for many of us, that future can seem to be relatively scary. But I've kind of wanted to shed some light on that. And I've kind of wanted to let you guys know that Zombies 5 is coming, because there is speculation that filming of Zombies is going to happen as early as spring 2026. Although that has yet to be confirmed, Zombies 5 will happen. We just don't know what the release window is looking like. Some people are suggesting up to 5 years before Zombies 5 happens, and many of us will be way older than we are now when Zombies 5 happens. But you know what's so cool about being way older when Zombies 5 happens? By the time Zombies 5 happens, we're going to be older, and we're going to be brought back to the moment where we became a fan of zombies for the first time ever. You know, it was a couple of days removed from Valentine's Day. I was feeling really downhearted, and then Zombies just kind of happens for me from out of nowhere. And I get the chance to be a part of and to be welcomed into this niche, which were incredibly supportive of every video that I ever created. Little did I know that I would spend the rest of my life talking about the possibility of a zombie apocalypse, or move into a house near a solar plantation and a chemical plant, which I took myself up on the opportunity to do. But that's what made these videos so fun, was that you never knew what this guy was going to say each and every single time that he ever pushed record. All you knew was that it was going to have to be something nice about Freya and Meg, and it was just so fun being a part of it. And watching the rise in popularity of their characters, Zed and Addison, which eventually became Victor and Nova, who are going to go on to hold a very special place in our hearts for the story they are about to tell. And for the story they're about to tell, that gives us more of a reason to be excited, because we really don't know much about these characters. We don't know really much about their story. So I'm really excited to be a part of it. But with every new character, it presents a new opportunity for new storylines to become enthralled with, to become lost within. And I think a lot of people have become lost within their story while realizing they are incredibly supportive of each other and their friendship. The one thing to be highlighted about Freya and Malachi is their friendship. And I think the chemistry that they've exemplified is truly undeniable. I think everybody noticed it in that room when they made these auditions for Zombies 5. It was so cool noticing the chemistry. And I think that Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim took something special away from it, because in these video packages where they are profiling the friendship between Freya and Malachi all the time, the one thing they've always taken away from it is a greater appreciation. It was really magic. Just as fast as you could snap your fingers, you noticed something special about them. And we've all taken something special away from their friendship, no matter who we were. And now we're seeing more opportunities being extended to Freya. Of course, she was just in the Hammerstein Ballroom. I think tonight she's performing in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Just last night she was here in Toronto. I've been to Toronto many times, and the people of Toronto are very, very obliging and very supportive of who and what they love. And Freya's been here multiple times, and I've been living here in Canada for forever, and I've had the time of my life because I've had the opportunity to resonate with more people through the videos I've created in recent years, especially because of Descendants of Zombies. And I think it's such a wonderful opportunity to have the chance to see Freya performing in Toronto and eventually the UK, which is coming up in March, because having the chance to perform in front of your home country is an honor that is truly undescribable. And at just 16 years old, who can say they've had the chance to perform in front of their home country? This is huge for Freya, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you guys have more opportunities to catch her live and in person with concerts and performing, because this is something she feels very passionate about ever since the age of 5 years old. I've been singing karaoke for forever. I'm not the best at it, and I love to sing Johnny Cash songs, and I love to sing Folsom Prison Blues and stuff like that, but you know, at 5 years old, singing songs with a karaoke machine just shows how much passion you have for who and what you love. And I think that we can be more supportive in time to come for Freya, and I think that the more love and support we show for her, that's going to push her further out into this algorithm, out into this sea of fans who are becoming introduced to Freya for the first time ever, because many of Freya's fan base are becoming introduced to her for the first time ever. I've read comments on several of Freya Sky's music videos where people don't even know who she is. But even though they don't know who she is, they are finding time and appreciating her music for how relative it is, how relatable it is to thousands of people, because no matter who we were, we took something special away from her. We couldn't wait to review to her, to react to her in reaction videos that were being posted on YouTube all the time. There are thousands of people who are reacting to Freya's music and her music videos. I know this new single, Silent Treatment, had a lot of great reviews posted, but the thing that I noticed about the reviews of Silent Treatment, for example, were people weren't really taking away the greater appreciation or taking the time to appreciate what the song was about. It was about being ghosted and how a person may be feeling. Not really Freya herself, but how a person who may be listening to that song was feeling. And the one thing I noticed about people reacting to Silent Treatment was the fact that there were people who were actually being ghosted at that point in time in their life that really felt that song. They felt a part of it. And in the reaction videos they were posting, they were letting you know how they felt about it and how appreciative they were in their own way. I think that you should never be afraid to let the world know how you truly feel about an aspiring artist or what you're going through in the videos you're posting, and that's why I've always perceived every video that I've ever had the honor to create with an open heart and an open mind, because every single time that I've ever pushed record, I never know what I'm about to say, but my videos always get 3, 4, 5, 6 likes to a time, hundreds of views, and hundreds of subscribers have found their way to this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is on YouTube Home every night, and this YouTube channel has resonated with more people than ever before. Because when I hear a girl like Meg Donnelly talking about her passion for superheroes like Iron Man and Spider-Man and the Avengers, I feel for her, because I remember being a huge superhero fan. I remember becoming a true believer at the age of 12 years old, thinking that Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk and the Avengers were the coolest superheroes ever. I wanted to be a member of the superhero team, the Avengers, for forever, although I may have never had the chance, and I always went outside on my sidewalk thinking I was going to see the Incredible Hulk throwing a car my way. The thing was, it was so fun thinking superheroes were real. It was so fun watching pro wrestling and thinking everything you saw on the WWF at the time in the mid-90s was real. I think it's because we only have so many opportunities to make moments matter for us and really count, and I think that this is a moment in time that we wish we could freeze. You know, if I was in possession of a pocket watch, there are more times than often enough I would freeze these moments just to have the chance to relive them. To witness everybody falling in love with Descendants of Zombies, head over heels in love with it, having their breath taken away, because I remember watching stars when they were relatively young coming into this industry. Stars like Jessica Simpson and Britney Spears trying to make names for themselves because of the Mickey Mouse Club, and Jessica Simpson releasing her first ever album entitled Sweet Kisses back in 1999. It was in the summer of 1999, and I knew Jessica Simpson was going to be something special. And now 15, nearly 20 years later, 2 decades have passed, I still think the same thing about Freya, I still think the same thing about Kylie, and I will forever be supportive of them, because they have something special to offer, and they should never be afraid to showcase that, because how critics may feel about them have never been any reflection on who they are as people. I think if we give them more of a chance and present that to them, what we are going to witness and have the chance to be a part of is either history or something just so magical. Because the often thing that Disney has associated itself with is magic. Every single time you call Disney, the one thing to be noted is that they say, have a magical day at the end of every conversation. When you inquire about a travel experience or a travel package or just have a general question, they say, have a magical day. And I think that more people need to have these magical experiences and these magical times, because we only ever have so many opportunities to really make these moments matter. And I think that the moments that matter to you from the Worlds Collide Tour and the Freya Sky Stars Align Tour were something so special to take away from and to take the time to really appreciate. I loved how the Stars Align Tour was lined up. I loved how it was presented. I loved how Freya Sky had the chance to really connect with each and every one of you. And in these video packages I've seen Freya Sky really have the time of her life. And I really found time in appreciating that, because I love seeing them have fun. I love seeing your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars appreciating and living in that moment. And I wish we could have more opportunities to live in those moments with them and truly show our appreciation like we've done for for our fan sites for Freya and Kylie all the time, like we've shown our love and support for Descendants of Zombies, because this is really just the beginning of something special that we should feel more than honored to have been a part of. While I can't speak for other content creators out there on YouTube all the time, I have felt more than honored to have shared my story with you guys and for you guys to have heard my story and seen my story from afar. Because every single time, I'll tell you a little secret, every single time a content creator uploads he or she's video about, say, Descendants of Zombies, we never know what kind of response we're going to get. We never know how many people are going to hit our like button, how many people are going to subscribe, or even if our video is going to exceed 100 views. Because every video that you upload, once it hits 100 views, it finds its way out into the YouTube recommendation system. I think it's like 95 views before it starts being recommended by YouTube's algorithm. So for every 100 views, your video finds its way out into the algorithm. And every single time that no other YouTube content creator is ever going to tell you that, but every single time that we upload a video, the thing is we never know if our video is going to make it out into that sea of the YouTube algorithm. And once it does, and it receives a huge response, the feeling that you get from how people appreciate your content is undescribable. It's always been undescribable for me forever and always. And just to have the chance to be a part of this and to have created almost 1,000 videos on Descendants of Zombies and over 4,000 videos through the years, because I've been on YouTube ever since April 23rd, 2005. That's longer than many of you have perhaps been alive. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, man, that's a really long time. Do you even know that you've talked about Descendants of Zombies for already 20 minutes? I got a bolt. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown in these videos, and especially for Freya Sky. Receiving so much love and support from the Freya Sky fandom has truly been undescribable and nothing short of phenomenal for me, and I felt more than honored to be a part of that and to have shared in these experiences with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button and give me a few likes, and always to ring my bell for every time that I upload, because I would love for you to be a part of this conversation. Forever and always, thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and thank you so much from my heart to yours for having watched this video.